This lesson continues with CSS, and in this lesson we're going to talk about the two ways you can group or affect tags either as groups or singularly. And these are called CSS selectors. The first is a CSS class where you can group, you have a styling that you want to apply to a group of tags or repeat in certain areas. You create a class for that style. And then you have the ID when you want to point out a unique way to select one item in a page that you're going to use repeatedly. I've done it as an external CSS. You can see that I link to it here. Otherwise, it's the normal skeleton document for an HTML document. Then I have a variety. I have a h1, a div, some p, some paragraph tags, and so forth. And we can see that how we relate to the actual classes we created, we use the class attribute in the tag. So class center means it's going to use the center class I've created in my CSS. Class right, class left. Those are for the class. We use the ID, and that gets a name as well. But the difference between class and ID is that class, I can repeat it many times. For example, I can use this equal to right. So I can apply that class to numerous tags, as many as I would like in the actual page. But ID is unique. It can only be applied one time to one item in a page. We look how the syntax and stuff looks for the selectors in the actual CSS file. See here, I have formatted for the body. Nothing unique there. Make it bold. 40 pixels so we can see it easily in this screencast. And the color blue. Div and p, this says for all the div and p tags, it's going to be italics on the page. And then I create a class. And the notation for classes, you use the period, a dot. So p dot left means that it only applies to p tags. And it's left, text align left. P dot right, the class right for p tags. Text align right. Center tag can be applied to anything, not even if it's not even a p tag. So we could do this one. We could do class equal put center. Wait, and I got capital letters accidentally. Didn't mean to do that. So, save it. So we can apply that class center to anything because we've just written dot center, so it applies to any type of tag. And then the notation for the p tag, or for the unique, is big, but the notation is the number sign there instead of a dot. And I said the font size is 300. It's going to be really big. So if we look what all this looks like when we render it in the web browser, we see that this one jumped to the center because I changed that before I had last looked at this. It's centered, and then the bottom one, here's a really big text, lorem ipsum, the text usually used in examples. So here you see the basics in how you create classes and unique tags, and the syntax of how to do it. And what you need to work with, download the code and experiment, is that this is more applicable when you have a little bit larger sites and you repeat certain typefaces or certain color schemes for maybe headers or footers and so forth. So you try to organize and structure your styling. And then you do that with classes and these unique selectors. As usual, download the code and experiment with this.